Hello, everybody. Hope you guys are doing well. Okay, so today we would be doing some words in English for GRE. So let's start. We need to know, right? Because in sentence completion or some other task, they might ask, like we might indirectly need to know. So we are going to do most commonly compiled word list, and we are going to see a little bit what happened. Why am I changing? Yeah, let's make this Excel. You make it this large. The uh first is Billy. Billy is to mask or contradict. So you do contradiction or masking. Then the next word that we have is homogeneous. Homo, they don't say it homo, they say it homogeneous. However you say it. So basically it's common. Same for example, mixture, right? Most example is of a mixture. Then you have qualis. Basically, it is to mix. You have a cosmopolitan pizza, right? Cosmo Cosmopolitan is basically there are two meanings. One is person who is modern, sophisticated. The other meaning of cosmopolitan is basically mixed. So uh, the other meaning is mixed. Then you have something called as aus- austere. Austere is a person basically who lives a monk life, basically who has given up desires. So that person is called as an austere person. Then you have caprice. So caprice is a person who is very moody, or like weather, right? Often moody, changes very fast. One example of moody is moody weather. Then you have conspicuous. Conspicuous is basically something that is visible. Then you have visible. Then you have placid. So placid is a very serene environment. So you had a movie called as Lake Placid. That is basically a contrast, right? So there is in that movie people get killed. So serene. The actual meaning of placid is serene, something which is good, nice. Then you have then okay. Then you can have didactic. So basically something who dictates a lot, like a teacher instructing students. Pedantic is a person who keeps on asking annoying questions. Like who is asking questions but trying to annoy by asking questions. Annoying by asking. Then you have mm, then you have something called as adept. Adept is a person who is professionally um, professionally good at doing something. Then you have flout. Flout is basically to break. Then you have mundane. Mundane is like very routine, boring. Then you have humdrum. Again, boring. Arson is something related to fire. Then you have brazen. Brazen is basically very bold, like who is very courageous. Craven is the exact opposite, a person who is scared all the time. Calumny is basically to cal- this is basically to intentionally defame someone to get uh, to get famous, right? Intentionally defame someone. To defame someone means to basically spread false information or false news about somebody. So you can say defame is false. Then you have something called as diatribe. Diatribe is basically a person who gives hateful speech. So yeah, a person giving hateful speech is, for example, Hitler, right? Um, then you have arson, brazen. Then what? Let's see, what do we have? Okay, congenial is a person who is very friendly. Hello. Yeah, and then you have cerebral is basically a person who is very cerebral is when person is like intelligent. Cerebral is related to brain, right? So then you have exotic. This is a person who is very idealistic or highly impractical in nature. Then you have bourgeois. The bourgeois is basically to increase growth. Then you have something called as sensor. Sensor is basically uh, to stop information. And then you have censure. You have censure is to, I forgot. Basically criticism. Censure is um, harsh criticism, disapproval. Reprimand is basically to scold someone. Disapprove. Reprimand. Reprimand is to scold, I guess. Yeah, reprimand is scold or disapproval or reprimand when you don't agree with the other person. So you kind of do that. And then um, what do we have more? Okay. Um, mm, What more words do we have? Let's see. And then daunting is something which is very difficult to do. So you do daunting is like a difficult task. Okay, difficult. So avarice is a person who is always greedy. Spendthrift is a person who keeps on spending like for no reason. Just spends, likes to spend money, likes to spend. Like exact example can be betray is someone to a person who backstabs. Then then you have something called as insipid. Insipid is again which is something which is clear, I guess. Insipid is clear, I guess. Something placid. The so sad, placid is something which is this is clear. Obsolete is something that is obsolete. Something that is very old is said to be obsolete. An arcade is basically like a pathway or a passage. Concourse is basically an open hall where you can go. Yeah, this is very common. Concourse, open hall. Then you have what else do you have? A negligent is a person who doesn't care about. Negligent. Negligent is a person who doesn't care about much. Garrulous is a person who is talkative, keeps on talking. Mm. Okay, philanthropic is a person who likes to do charity. So you have philanthropy and then you have misanthropy. Philan- Philanthropy. It's philanthropy. Philanthropy is something is a person who does a lot of charity. Anachronistic is something related to time. Anachri- Anachronistic is something that is related to time, something that is very old, maybe ancient. And then placate is okay. So placate is basically to pacify or calm someone. Pacify is to calm someone down, I guess. Pacify. Uh, pacifies to calm someone down. Same is like assuage. Um, so assuage is again like when you are calming someone down or talking through what has happened. Placate is also the same, I feel. Placate. Is placate the same thing? Okay, yeah, placate is also to pacify, to calm someone down. Calm someone down. And then what else do you have? Feasible is, I feel, easy. DeFi is basically to break or flout or like You deify you deify someone is basically, oh, deify is not that. Or deify is like godify. Godify someone, okay? To worship basically. Okay. Then you have is loquacious even same as talkative? I guess loquacious is, yeah, tending to talk. Again, that is also lo, lo, loquacious. Is a person who is very talkative. Disseminate is to spread. Diffident is a person who is very uh, like who is very, what do you say, introvert. Mm, then okay, yeah, disseminate. Disseminate is to spread. I guess disseminate is to spread. Disembark is to move, right? To disembark means we moved on. When the ship leaves, the people disembark. I guess disseminate is also to spread. Yeah, disembark is to get down. Disem is to move, or when a ship leaves the harbor. Disseminate is also, so emanate basically means okay, let's, this is something else. So if emanate is something to come out, oh no, disseminate, uh disseminate is like propagate, spread. Misanthropic, misnomer is false news, I guess. Yeah, young a person, misnomer is something that is false. Mm, okay, misanthropic is a person who dislikes. Philanthropic is a person who likes humans and then does charity. Misanthrop. So this is person unliking, like those who don't like, avoid humans or dislike humans. Mhm. And then do you have Okay. So amorphous is something that can be broken easily. So morphous is form, like polymorphism. So morphous is something form, right? Poly, so you can have say this is morphous. So morphous is going to be form. O is exact opposite, right? So when you break the form, it's uh, you are kind of breaking the form, right? Or this changing the shape. Benign person is very like who will never fight. Like candid is like you don't pose intentionally. It's like just how you are the way in your life, I guess. Candid is without posing. Yeah, it's how we like the how you are in your real life. Is for example when you are drinking something like natural, then someone takes your candid photo. So adulterate is basically to mix again, but then that is like a negative connotation when you mix something very badly. I mean, you, for example, you adulterate milk for a very bad intention, like to save money. Convolute is very difficult task. Like this is very complex task. So you have convolution, right? The convolution theorem. It is said that that theorem is difficult. This is to mix, but in a bad way. Like you're intentionally inserting something. Yeah, the convolution theorem. I remember that theorem though. Convolution. So convolution is basically uh, so to convolute is basically to fold. Or I thought convolute is convolute is not difficult. Convolute is to fold. So you have the convolution theorem where you fold. Okay, convolute can be fold or rolled over upon itself. It has two meanings. Like one is difficult, and the other one. Okay, the other one is basically to roll over or to fold. As you fold over that triangle, right? When you perform convolution. This is fold. I guess this is all for yeah, this is all for today's words. We'll see you in the next one. Till that time, take care. Bye.